There was no evidence of any drugs, alcohol, or fatigue, nor did any medical issue affect the driver's performance. We identified multiple factors that played a role in this accident. Broadly speaking, these factors included speed, company practices, driving distractions, and the configuration of the transitway. With respect to company practices, we found that the driver did not initially fully apply the brakes. This was consistent with company training, which focused on smooth braking to reduce the risk of passenger injury. There were also a number of driving distractions. The visual distraction was the use of an onboard video monitor located above and to the left of the driver. The company required drivers to check the monitor at station stops and while in service. The cognitive distractions included the heavier workload of negotiating a left-hand curve, the nearby passenger conversations about upper deck seating, and the perceived need to make a no standing on upper deck announcement.
We're calling on Transport Canada to work with provincial authorities to reduce the risk for all vehicles, with guidelines on the placement and use of in-vehicle video monitors to reduce the risk of distracted driving. For our second recommendation, we want to see the development and implementation of crashworthiness standards for commercial passenger buses. The Canada Motor Vehicle Safety Standards set out minimum design and safety standards for vehicles. In this case, the bus met all applicable federal safety standards. Yet, unlike automobiles and school buses, there were no requirements for impact, rollover, or crush protection. There have been studies done with respect to the placement of video monitors that suggest that it's better if they're lower, within 30 degrees of the driver's eyesight looking downward. And we know that since the accident, OC Transpo has in fact changed the configuration of the video monitor so that it no longer displays 4 segments, but rather just the display of the upper deck. The issue here is that human nature being what it is, even if you tell someone don't stare at the monitor, don't look at the monitor while you're driving, if a driver hears something, they're more tending to look up. And that's why we're calling for Transport Canada to work with provincial authorities to develop guidelines to reduce the risk of driving distractions.